Hey, good morning, guys. It's Drew here. It's Monday morning, one of my favorite days of the week. Actually, my favorite day of the week, period. I say one of because I guess, Wednesday is a close second. But Monday is, a day to pretty much start everything fresh, everything new. You're coming back from the weekend with new energy, hopefully. And I wish you all a prosperous week. Today, I want to get into politics. Of course, I would like to talk about Donald Trump, Kasich, Ted Cruz, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton. Let's just get into it, okay? So what we have now is on the Republican side, we have Donald Trump is clearly the presumptive nominee. I mean, he should win the nomination for the Republican side. And, Ted Cruz is mathematically eliminated from the race. And so is Kasich. And it's interesting because, Ted Cruz had mentioned that once, I don't know if it was Kasich or Cruz, but I think it was Cruz, mentioned that, people who are mathematically eliminated from the race should drop out. So instead of actually, dropping out and, taking the loss the right way, Ted Cruz turns around and does what any narcissistic, truly power-hungry person would do. He teams up with Kasich to try and stop Trump. And it's like, if you truly care about what's best for the country, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Because you don't care about what's good for the country, and it's very obvious. Why would you, go against what the voters obviously want? I mean, how does that make it? Why would you do that? If you truly want what's best for the country, and you're mathematically eliminated, and the other guy is mathematically eliminated, why would you jump in and now try to stop Trump again? Like, I don't understand what it is. He's done. He lost. He should stop I think he should stop what he's doing, to be honest with you. And then you look at also, Hillary Clinton had no real competition because, she had the money and connections, and she had the resources to eliminate Bernie Sanders, and she's used those resources. And so in politics in general, if it's not clear to you now that it's the establishment versus the people, I don't think that's ever going to be clear to you. I don't think you'll ever get it. To be honest with you, because at this point, it's very obvious that, the same interests that don't want Bernie Sanders in office don't want Donald Trump in office. The main difference between Bernie Sanders and Trump is that Trump has enough resources to accomplish his goal in fighting back. You see what I'm saying? This is why in the videos before, to all you Bernie Sanders supporters out there, this is why in the video before I kept telling you guys that resources matter. I mean, it matters to have power. It matters to have relationships. Or, Trump has so many resources that he's learning on the fly. I mean, he's never really been a politician before. He's manipulated politicians, he's controlled politicians, but he's literally learning on the fly and hiring, extremely powerful lobbyists and strategic lobbyists and consultants to help him achieve his goal. And it's structured. If you see the way he's moving, it's structured. It's amazing the way that he's doing that. But what I think that should happen now is that since you Bernie supporters were obviously screwed, out of a fair election by the establishment and Hillary Clinton, I think that you guys, it would make sense to take revenge. Or it doesn't even have to be revenge. You could just genuinely want to overthrow the establishment. You have the better chance of getting your policies and the changes that you wanted Bernie Sanders to bring to the world. You have a better chance of doing that if you back Donald Trump. And I'll tell you why. Because Trump, whether you like him or not, he's going to topple the establishment if he gets in. A lot of people are going to go to jail. A lot of things are going to be uncovered. A lot of wrongs are going to be made right. So he has the opportunity to topple the establishment. Once he topples the establishment, it makes way for people like Bernie Sanders to get in. It makes way for people like Jill Stein from the Green Party to get in. It makes way for people who honestly want to see America become a better place get in. We may have different views on how to get there, but I think we can all agree that with some candidates like maybe Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, and Bernie Sanders, and some of them genuinely want America to be a better place. And what I'm saying is that even though I think Trump would be great for the United States and you don't, you can't deny that Trump is like, he's a necessary explosion that you need to blow up to create the opening so you can get your people through. So he's a necessity. You know, whether you like him or not, he's a necessity. I think that he is a solution, but even if you don't think that he's a solution, I think that he's a necessity in order for you to be able to finally push through the things that you want to be able to get through. You know, so I think it's important that we support somebody like Trump who's powerful enough to make the changes that you want to see. And that's pretty much it. So I'm really asking, the people who supported Bernie Sanders that were completely disenfranchised and completely, shoved to the side by Hillary Clinton and the DNC, I'm asking you guys to join us on the Trump train. You may not agree with his solutions, you may not agree with his way of talking, you may not agree with his presentation, but you cannot deny that he has the ability and he has the positioning right now to topple the establishment and make way for the changes that you want to see. Maybe you won't see your changes now, but at least the opening will be there in the future. I think we can both agree that Bernie Sanders, whether I agree with him or not, Bernie Sanders has created a movement that's not going to go away. Okay? And I'm not going to start demonizing you guys as freeloaders or anything like that. Let's just call it what it is, okay? Bernie Sanders has obviously uncovered the fact that the system is rigged against you guys. It's rigged against a lot of people. But Trump is the one who can unsettle that system and turn it over on its head. Okay? So I'm asking you guys to join us, on the Trump side. And let's turn this establishment on its head and finally bring the power of government back to the people where it's supposed to be. That's what I'm asking you guys to do. Let's let bygones be bygones. No more, back and forth and whatnot. It was a competition. We were going back and forth. It was fun and games, but let's get serious now. If Bernie Sanders does not get the Democratic nomination and does not make it, you guys, I would love if you guys just come over to the Trump side. Come over to the Trump side. Let's make this happen. And I assure you, you have a better chance of getting what you want down the line. And that's pretty much it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you guys have a wonderful and prosperous week. And let's go get it. Peace.